Doing a master's really, if you're fortunate enough, allows you time to like go so deep into stuff, and that's where like a lot of magic can happen. My name is Theo. I am on my second year of my MA Innovation in Sound at dBs. My MA project has several areas. It is looking at immersive audio and creating immersion in live electronic experiences, and it's looking at audio-reactive visuals and audio-reactive lighting and the combination of all of those. Having some tutorials with Emmanuel, who's one of the tutors, he gave us a lesson on how to use Max MSP, and it suddenly kind of opened my eyes to the potential of doing live programming with music performance and the way you can analyze audio, change audio, generate visuals, and how you could combine that all in a live experience. One of the main processes that I use is what I would call chaotic experimentation, which I got from an interview when I interviewed a woman called Maureen McDonald last year for one of my projects. I think she and I saw eye to eye in this, where the process can be really exploratory and playful, and it's kind of letting go of any kind of preconception of what you want to achieve, and then you just kind of see what happens and then keep building and improving on what you've done and analysing it, getting feedback, pushing it further. It's technologically vast, so there's kind of three kind of main areas. So there's the initial live music making, which all comes from outboard gear and hardware, so using Electron gear and some other samplers and drum machines. Then it's taking that audio, putting it into Max MSP, and that does several things. So firstly, it creates live immersive multi-channel effects, but it also analyzes the music, turns each channel into data, which can then be used by a touch designer, which creates the audio-reactive visual element, and then the lighting designer as well, that for my final show, he took that data and turned it into signals that lighting desks could read, so that made lights change. And then the final element sonically is using D&B Soundscape. So I've been working with D&B Soundscape to tap into how their software and hardware works. So I'm controlling their object-based system live on stage. So the multi-channel effects I make are directly talking to their system using OSC. The kind of stages of getting there have been quite slow. So like about a year ago, maybe a bit more, is when I did my first live audio reactive visual show, and then each iteration has kind of improved each time, kind of going back to that chaotic experimentation stuff. And then this final show was a really great mix of everything I've done, and also it was really amazing to collaborate with other artists and let them use the tools. So not only was I a performer, I was also an audience member at points, so I could hear what I'd done from the perspective of the audience, which was really amazing. I really want to push all of the different elements kind of as their own strands, so I really love working with visuals, and I'd love to do that with other artists. I really love working with sound effects, and I'd love to do that with other artists. And I also really love performing my own music, so I'd love to do that, and like collaborating again with other people. I've also now building a working relationship with D&B, so hopefully working with them to improve the accessibility of their system so that other artists can engage with Soundscape. The kind of core backbone of the project is the production of my music, and I've been really lucky to work with a guy called Max Radford, who is a producer who works and lives in Bristol, and he's really taken my music, which is like quite chaotic and experimental, and helped me produce it into these kind of finished tracks that can be released, and they're a really professional standard that I wouldn't have been able to achieve myself. So that has been like a real eye-opener to like how you can take something that's live and then make it into a kind of final product that is kind of shareable. I think one of the main takeaways is that how key collaboration is to life and being able to, you think you're kind of going a certain direction, and then when you start collaborating you see that there are so many other directions, and it's the combination of the two kind of creative minds that really makes something completely unique and like of a much higher standard than anything you could have ever done yourself. dBs has really helped. I suppose the core thing is facilities and space. The facilities are incredible, like such good quality spaces. The technicians here are really amazing, like they know so much about everything and are so willing to help. And having guest lectures are really amazing, like just artists coming in and sharing their process. Even if you don't think, oh, I want to do that, it's just another way of thinking about things, and it all just kind of slowly sinks in. And yeah, having proper feedback from your fellow students and tutors is invaluable, really.